me and said, Tim, do you think that a CNN $3 million a year host would support a far left terrorist who murdered a guy? I'd be like, yes. Is that a trick question? Why are you wasting my time with such silly nonsense? Of course they would. And then you'd go, oh, I'm sorry, Tim, I probably shouldn't have asked that question because we all already recognize that CNN is a failing network desperate with crackpot lunatics who don't understand reality, and we get it. Anyway, where was I?
Not much energizes Mr. Tim Pool and his Timcast show more than railing against CNN and the corporate media. Let's listen in to Tim Pool. He's going to get in on Kaitlan Collins. This is an interesting story where I've already talked about Luigi Mangione, and I said I don't really care what happened with him and the CEO. No different than do I care about a random incident that happened in an urban area where multiple people got unlived. Don't want to see it happen, but I'm not going to get outraged every single day, every time it happens. But Tim does. But then I also don't agree with boosting his defense fund. That's just not a position I have, especially from a corporation. That's what we're talking about. Let's get back to Tim Pool.
CNN's Kaitlan Collins boosts Luigi Mangione's legal defense fund, deletes post after backlash. You see, there's this thing in media, right? There's like ethics. And one of them is do no harm. This really breaks that. If I were to pull up like all the ethics and break it down for you, you can report on something without exposing certain information. That is, if there's an individual who works for Trump and like, I don't know, he kicks a dog and you're like, that person kicked a dog and it's very bad, we should expose that person, right? That one's pretty easy, right? You say, this person committed a crime by kicking the dog. Here's who the person is. Do no harm. Well, in this circumstance, I think it's fine to expose people who are engaged in malfeasance. But let's say there's a policy at play that's going to get a guy fired from his job. Trump is enacting a policy, and there's somebody who works for the federal government who's a Trump supporter who privately expresses their fear to a friend. News organizations can convey that an individual working has expressed fear without revealing that person's name. Famously, however, CNN has doxed many people and threatened them over this stuff. We know that their political intentions are activist. I guess the point I'm making is it's fine if Kaitlan Collins wants to report that there's a massive fundraiser for Luigi Mangione. There's no reason for her to provide you with the information on how to donate. That's what she did. Yeah. From the Post-Millennial. CNN anchor, she gets $3 million a year, by the way. That's what I saw in a report. $3 million. And it's remarkable because she's just not good. Like, look, let's be real. Like, I can insult the lady and stuff like that, but she's not anchor material. Kind of crazy. She's very dry.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think she's decent. Give the channel a comment, a like, comment, and subscribe. That helps the algorithm and helps the channel. This is After Show Carnage. I'm going to break it down after Tim's done.
And she needs elocution lessons. Now, me probably need elocution lessons too. So we can take those lessons together, Kaitlan. I won't enjoy it. But I'm not a primetime cable anchor host, so, whatever. She boosted the legal fund for Luigi Mangione, which funny thing now is like in this, as I have shown you this page, the website is now available for you to see. Not a fan of that. I don't think the Post-Millennial needed to post it either. The question here, though, is the intent. We believe the intent of Kaitlan Collins was to actually promote the information, although I certainly understand the irony and paradox of here is it now, as we have criticized Kaitlan Collins, and she deleted it, more people are learning about it. So, hey, it is what it is. She promoted it. After the backlash ensued online, the anchor promptly deleted the post from X. Kaitlan Collins, the White House correspondent for CNN, as well as the anchor for the outlet, promoted the legal defense fund for Mangione, who has been accused of assassinating. This we understand. Here's Cernovich saying, CNN reporter Kaitlan Collins promoted a fundraiser for Luigi Mangione. She has since deleted the public relations post. She wrote, Luigi Mangione's legal defense team has launched a new website today with a link to the website, which I won't read, but is visible. I get it. Again, there is a difference of her telling you this and giving you the website it's promoting it. The defense fund had posted a Valentine's Day message on the new website for Mangione, which said, I am overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written me to share their stories and express their support. Powerfully, this support has transcended political, racial, and even class divisions, as mail has flooded MDC from across the country and around the globe. While it is impossible for me to reply to most letters, please know that I read every one that I receive. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to write. I look forward to hearing more in the future. The message from Mangione added, it was the first public statement since the killing in November. Collins later posted on X saying, this is not true. I posted that his attorneys created a website, which is newsworthy and other outlets have also reported on. In no way did I share a fundraising link for him. You did.
Yes, she did. And I did the same thing because I reported that on one of my Trend Wave. You can look up Trend Wave on X or Deca Digest. It's at Deca Digest. And I posted it with the link. And that's a conscious decision to say, hey, if you want to, it's not promoting go here and do this, but it's saying, hey, if you want to, you can. So Kaitlan Collins is trying to hide from her responsibility there. But I'll tell you my end takeaway is I support, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. There's nothing illegal about it. But I think it is unsavory for a corporation, but we'll get to that.
New York Post picked up because you did. To be fair, I didn't share a link either, but it is visible. And I get that. The question at play is that Kaitlan Collins basically just said, there's a new website. Here it is. You know, like the New York Post wrote, she deleted a post after promoting the defense fund, and they didn't actually link to it. The argument she's making is she was just reporting. Look, here's what it comes down to. I would respect that from Viva Frei, okay? Steven Crowder. If, like, Crowder said something like on X, and he said, Luigi Mangione's team has actually launched a new website promoting the fundraiser, and then showed it, where there was and then, like, had the website displayed. And then he came out and deleted it and said, I probably shouldn't have posted it. I was trying to explain that they were doing it. I wasn't meaning to promote it. I'd believe him, because I know that he opposed that stuff. Kaitlan Collins lies all the time to pursue leftist and liberal policy agenda. So when she posts it, we're like, dude, nobody believes that you were just trying to inform us that it was happening. Now, why then would she post something like this? Well, it's who she is. It's who she is. Why would CNN hire someone like her? Jim Acosta left. Jim Acosta clearly was a liar. All he did was lie. Why would they hire these people? Could it be from Adweek? Week of February 3rd, cable news ratings, all three networks see across the board declines. I didn't know CNN could decline more than it already has. I mean, at a certain point, what is it? I feel bad for people like Kaitlan Collins. $3 million. Could you? What if I said, well, you can only feel so bad. What if I went to you and said, you, good sir, what's your dream job? And you were like, I always wanted to be an astronaut. And I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put you in a spaceship, do all the tests. You're not actually going to go to space. No one will ever watch you. Your name will never be known, but we'll pay you $3 million. You'd be like, I guess the money's good, but I want to be an astronaut. You know, Kaitlan Collins, she wants to be an anchor, right? Yeah, but nobody watches it. At what point are you sitting there talking to your wall? Like, okay, here's what I see. You guys see my face. I'm looking at you, right? I see a camera lens. I'm talking to my wall. But then I go through the metrics. I meet people in person. Kaitlan Collins and CNN, like the ratings are so apocalyptically bad that I can't imagine anybody recognizes this woman. I imagine that Kaitlan Collins is walking down the street in New York and like someone will go, oh, hey, it's, what's your name? I saw you once and you were crossing the street going to that bodega to get coffee that one day. Oh, you're on TV? I didn't know that. She's going to be like, oh. Someone's going to be like, excuse me, miss. And she's going to think, oh, they're finally recognizing me. It's like, you dropped that. Oh. I can't imagine that lady walks around. My point is, at what point do these anchors on CNN, MSNBC, with no ratings, just get frustrated with talking to no one and go, why am I doing this? Here's Edwin. Blah, blah, blah. Fox News did well, but did see a 4 to 6% decline. Yikes. They're going to mention that MSNBC's primetime lineup averaged 1.15 million total viewers. Wow. Wait, what's this? 118,000 in the key demo. Wow. And then they go on to say that the daytime dropped. But here's where it gets really bad. Here's where it's really bad. Check this out. MSNBC dropped 3 to 7% respectively. They lost 7% in their key demo. Fox lost 6% in their key demo. Fox averaged 258,000 viewers primetime. That's kind of crazy that we're beating them. Don't get me wrong, they get way more views on the internet, so I get it. Here's CNN. They got 508,000 primetime. Wow, they can't even get the old people. 115 in the key demo.
is looking at other avenues like potentially Daily
Sustaining
Wire.
double-digit drop.
He's looking at Daily Wire and other avenues because he wants to compete with them on the internet too, and they're artificially propped up. Daily Wire, in my opinion, allegedly is also artificially propped up in a similar way. If Tim can get with them, he can get up to them. I don't even think it's about money for Tim anymore. He just wants the reach, the platform. I will say, if you can do opinion politics, then you can post a link to Luigi Mangione's website. There's way worse opinion politics that I've seen out there than that. I think it is unsavory for an organization that big because, to me, if it's just me and I have a company and it's just maybe me and 5 other people, and I say, hey, we're going to do this, and we all largely agree, there's no beef or anything like that, and I post it. She didn't post a link to the direct fund. It was a link to his website that has the fundraiser on it. I did the same thing. I consciously saw that and knew that and was like, okay, I didn't promote it, but I'm fine with saying that there's a link out there. And she could have added it too. But when you have a corporation, for me, if I'm the CEO of a corporation with thousands of employees, I don't really want that, because now that represents everybody under the umbrella. But they have the right to do it. I don't have any problem with them doing it. And people like Tim Pool and everyone on the right or that spectrum, they will do anything to avoid from talking directly about the topic. Why anyone even cares about Luigi Mangione is the state of the American healthcare system. They will do anything to not talk about that.
The next clip is ready below. Welcome to After Show Carnage.